Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang ke Borak F1 bersama saya Tajul Arifin. Untuk video kali ini kita akan buat reaction lagi. Untuk video kali ini kita akan melihat sebuah video yang baru saja dipost oleh pasukan Aston Martin. Netizen Aston Martin berkenaan update terbaru wind tunnel dia. Hari tu McLaren dah post, tiba-tiba kali ini Aston Martin pula. Let's go. Jom. Tak kuat ke? Kita kuat sikit.
Morning everybody, my name's Guy Austin, I'm the project director for the development here.
Sebab tahun depan dia punya HQ
one.
baru
First of
lah.
our three buildings. We moved in here at the end of May this year, so we've now got 700 plus staff all working together under one roof, which is fantastic for the team. So let's go and have a look in there and we'll walk through and we'll go and have a look at what we're doing with our follow-on projects with building 2 and 3. Here we are on the main street of the factory. Those of you who have watched previous videos are very familiar with this. 160 metres from one end to the other. We actually moved in here in 3 phases. So the first people that moved in were all the people who work upstairs, all the engineers, finance, commercial, IT. So they moved in as the first phase. Then we moved manufacturing in, and finally it was the race team and R&D. There's a huge amount of excitement around what
Ni SQ baru dia, daripada tahun lepas sebenarnya dia dah start buat.
At Silverstone with our new factory. We host
Silverstone,
so many
dekat-dekat
guests,
je
so many
dengan
partners.
Silverstone dia.
Aston
Track.
Martin cars themselves come here, and the reaction to our new home has just overwhelmingly been really positive. Let's go and have a look at buildings 2 and 3.
Ni dia punya main building dia lah. Tapi memang dia kata itu ada 3
So
building
behind
utama
me
dia.
you can see the foundations for building 2. We started this straight after the Grand Prix last year, so not very long ago. We've got about 40 ground workers today working on the foundations and drainage and car parking over this side. Really good progress. Steel work starts on Monday, which will be really exciting. At that stage, the building starts taking shape and everybody thinks it's done, but it's not. We won't actually move in until next September. You may remember this is where the old factory was. That's gone. We've recycled as much as we possibly can. All the steel's been recycled, the plasterboard's been recycled.
So dia renovate
even
lah
all the
basically.
concrete and brickwork has been
Memang
crushed and used in the foundations of the
kata
new building.
runtuhkan buat
So
baru
the
terus.
heritage remains. So we're going to head down now and have a look on site, a bit closer to what's going on, both on building 2 and building 3. So here we are, I'm standing in the middle of what will be our new building 2. You can see the size of it. It's nearly twice the size of the building we moved out of. See the engineer here checking the position of the foundations, because in 3 days' time we've got the steel coming in here to start building the frame. After that we'll do the upper floor, we'll get that cast, and then we can start closing the building in. Here we are on one of the foundation pads, and you see the bolts are already cast in, ready for the steel. But you see they come in cones, so we can move them around, because they're unlikely when you're casting in concrete to be in exactly the right place. So when the steel base plates come here, they've just got some adjustments so that we can make sure that the steel gets bolted down properly.
Nak buat bangunan pun
So
dia
what's
orang
going to be in
detail
this building? Well, there's going to be our staff restaurant, which is just going to be a fantastic space. Looking north
Best
over
ni,
the
lepak sini,
countryside of Northamptonshire here, with full height glazing, 12 metres high. We can cater for a third of our staff at anyone sitting in that restaurant. Next to that is going to be our staff gym, again looking out over the Northamptonshire
Gila lah.
countryside.
Betul-betul
And
dia
out of
buat
the gym
satu
there's a trim trail which is
tempat
half a
untuk dia
kilometre
orang
long.
punya staff.
For a bit of fun, it's in the shape of the Silverstone circuit. As I say, each lap is exactly half a kilometre, so everyone knows how many kilometres they're running. We're going to have a media studio in there, an event space, our simulator, driver simulators going in there, as well as a dining establishment, a bistro on the first floor of the building, so that people have a choice of lunch. Each of our 3 buildings will be linked together with an elevated bridge, glazed bridge at high level, first floor level, so that everybody can walk between one building and another without going out in the cold or in the wet. Behind me is the foundation that's been dug out, ready to cast the concrete for the driver simulator base. This is a new simulator that we're buying. It's like a fairground ride for the drivers. They're able to practice before they go to a real track. They're able to get in the simulator and practice driving our car in any track around the world. And that's what this facility is for. This is a huge advance on the facility that we've got already. It's the next generation, really. And I guess in terms of area of the building, this is about 3 times the size of the area that our existing simulator uses. Building 2, here where we are, is due to complete next September. So we'll actually move in early October. Then building 3, let's go and have a look there, because
So tadi
that'll be
building
finished around
2,
the same time, September next
more
year.
into facilities. Building 1 lebih pada
So
dia
we're going to
punya
start moving
management.
people here in
So,
January 2024
building 3
to
sekarang.
start production of parts in here. But it'll still be a building site because we actually don't finish the wind tunnel itself
Wind
until
tunnel update
next September. That's when it finally gets
next
commissioned
September.
and we can take
Tahun
it
depan
over.
maksudnya.
But this building, the building
Tahun
element,
lagi.
if you like, the workshop element, will be complete by Christmas. So we're going to move in and take advantage of that.
So bulan 12 ni
up on the
patutnya dah
first
siap
floor
lah
is
dia
where the
punya
model is
building dia.
prepared before it goes into the wind tunnel for the testing. So much of the parts for the model are made downstairs. They'll come upstairs. They get trimmed and glued together, and in this what we call the dirty model shop, which is this end of the model shop here. Then we go through to the clean model shop where everything is actually brought together in terms of, you know, making it look nice and quality of the parts being right. They get checked, and then finally we go through to the model assembly area, which is here. Now in here, the model's actually properly put together, ready to go into the wind tunnel itself. So once the model is prepared and built here, it goes through into the wind tunnel test, into the test section of the wind tunnel itself. And it'll go through the door behind me on my left-hand side here, and we'll go through and have a little look through there.
So, memang tersusun lah. Dirty, clean, assemble,
Having our own
masuk
wind
kepada
tunnel
wind
here
tunnel.
is really important because it means that within the rules we can test when we want to test. At the moment we rent time in somebody else's wind tunnel, and because it's their wind tunnel we can only test at certain times that are not necessarily the most convenient or when we really want to do a test for whatever reason. So having one on site here, it's great for the engineers, it's great that we don't have to put the model in a van and take it somewhere else, and it's great because within the rules, and there are constraints on the use of a wind tunnel, within the rules we can test when we want to test, for the time we want to test. Facility like this is very complex, integrating everything together, making sure that it's built to the tolerances, which are extremely fine. We're going to do another one of these videos before Christmas so you can come back and see progress. By that stage, we'd have progressed this wind tunnel behind me, we'd have progressed the build around corner 4, hopefully we'll be at corner 3. On the other end, we're working in 2 directions, so we'll be round corner 1, working towards corner 2, ready for the fan itself to be delivered. As far as building 2 goes, we're starting our steel frame erection next week, so when you come back and have a look, the steel frame will be up, the first floor will be in. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time.
Detail tadi kira memang kita dah tahu dah sebenarnya. Memang Aston Martin sedang membina HQ terbaru mereka berdekatan dengan Silverstone punya track, yang saya faham lah. Nanti saya akan check balik lah. Anyway, tadi memang ditunjukkan building pertama tu dah siap, dah masukkan staff semua lebih pada dia orang punya main HQ, kata buat kerja semualah, the main building. Kata building kedua adalah bangunan kedua adalah lebih kepada facilities, untuk dia punya cafe, bistro, tempat meeting, simulator, gym, antaranya lah meeting room. Dan room ketiga, bangunan ketiga adalah lebih kepada manufacture ataupun kilang dia. So dia start dengan dirty ataupun tempat dia orang buat, dan betul pergi kat clean, di mana mereka mencantikkan, melihat keadaan manufacture atau bahan yang mereka buat tu, memperelok lah daripada bentuk dia mungkin. Dan terakhir adalah dia orang assemble dan akan bawa terakhir ke wind tunnel untuk testing. So benda ni memang tersusun cantik. Kalau kita tengok sebenarnya this is a good facilities untuk team lah. Maksudnya dia orang details daripada pembuatan bangunan, susunan bangunan, susunan kata macam mana dia kata SOP pekerjaan tu kan. Satu ke satu tu memang nampak tersusun lah. This is a good facilities untuk sebuah kata inovatif untuk jentera F1 ni kan, untuk membina sebuah kereta F1 ni. So anyway, this sebenarnya lebih pada update lah. Kalau kita tengok tajuk, dia kata new wind tunnel update, sebenarnya the whole facilities update, bukan wind tunnel sahaja. Anyway, itu sahaja daripada saya. Kalau korang suka video macam ni, jangan lupa like, komen juga di bawah apa pendapat korang tentang video ini, dan jangan lupa subscribe channel YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter dan semua media sosial yang Borak F1 ada. Dengan itu saya ucapkan terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.